Hi, everyone. I'm live, right? I'm live. Okay. I did not plan to go live, but let me tell you why I'm going live. Okay. Because I usually use Zoom to record my videos and then I download them and upload them to YouTube. But today, for whatever reason, Zoom is not working. And I only have a limited amount of time to get this video done. Let me fix how I look here. I'm just looking at my phone to make sure this live is actually working. Looks like I'm live. Let's see. Oh, there I am. I'm live. Okay. So I only have a few minutes to actually get my video done, and I don't want to waste any time. So I said, well, if I can't do it on Zoom, I might as well just go live. So I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just saw that I could go live. So moderation helps everyone feel safe. Okay. Well, if you're live, welcome. If you're not, I hope that YouTube will save this as my video for the day. Today is Wednesday, April the 16th, 2025. And what I'm going to share with you today is a masterclass on how to manage and scale a home-based business. That's what I'm going to tell you how to do. Well, actually, I'm going to tell you how I did it because there's a million different ways to do it. But what I'm going to tell you is how I did it. And the first thing I'm going to do, though, is tell you why I'm qualified to tell you how I did it. Because there's a lot of people out there today telling you how to do this and how to do that. And let me see if I can get this camera right. I don't like how this looks. Okay. I guess I'll just go with it. There's a whole lot of people. There's like AI telling you how to do stuff. I am not AI. Like I'm a real human being. Pinch me. And I have real experiences, and I've been in business for 25 plus years. So that's one reason why I can share with you how to do this because I've done it. But there's other reasons too. So let me share with you why you should listen to me if you want to start, manage, lead, grow, and scale a business from your home. Because I've done it and I've been successful for 25 years. And also, I've raised children doing it. And my whole purpose for starting a business was threefold. I had three reasons for doing it. And this is in no particular order. Number one, I wanted to be at home while my children were young, and I wanted to be accessible to them. And I knew that if I had a traditional full time job while I was raising my children, I would not be accessible to my children in the way that I wanted to be. Now, there's different ways to parent. Everybody wants to parent differently. And there's no judgment on how you want to parent or how anybody else wants to parent. But I knew how I wanted to do it, and I knew what would make me feel good. And I knew that the full-time career that I had at the time that I was setting out to start and raise a family was going to be no bueno for me when it came to being a mom. So I knew that I was going to have to make a change, and I did. I quit my full-time job in the year 2000. I actually quit it before that. I quit it for the first time in 1995. I've been at this for a long time. I quit it in 1995, right before the first .com bubble burst. Now, I know some of you watching this video weren't even born then, but I'll tell you that all the turmoil that we're seeing in the world today, with all the layoffs that are happening now, with all of the, I don't know, post-pandemic stuff, like I've seen this a million times. So there's nothing new under the sun. So I just want to encourage you not to panic now because my business has survived wars, pandemics, recessions, all the things. So those are other reasons why it would pay for you to listen to me because I've seen all this before, which is why I'm not panicked now because I've been there, done that. But in any event, I knew in 1995 that when I wanted to have a family, I was not going to be able to maintain the career that I had and also be happy raising my children. So I quit for the first time in 1995. My business tanked. I had two of them. They both tanked. I went back to work. I actually said I would never have a business again, but I changed my mind. And I went back to work, quit my job, went back to work again. And then I ultimately quit for the last time in 2000. And that was just, a year or so before I had my first child. So I started a business in 2000, had my first child in 2001. And fast forward, here we are, in 2025, and my children are now in college, so they're grown. But I'm still running the exact same business that I started in 2000 today. So I am qualified to share with you how to start, grow, manage, lead, and scale a home-based business that is profitable for a quarter century and beyond. So that's the first thing. I left so that I could be more accessible to my children. The second reason is because I wanted to build a business and have a career that I was able to feel was purposeful according to my definition of purposeful. My career that was in the corporate world was not without purpose, but it was not a purpose that fulfilled me. I wanted to have a career that was purposeful on my terms. And at the time, while my job was not without purpose, and I worked with some really nice people, and I think I did some really important work, it was not the type of work that I felt like I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I felt like I had kind of topped out where I was, and I didn't feel fulfilled on a great scale. And I thought that I could create fulfillment on my own terms better, and that's what I did, and it turns out I was right. So that's the second reason, was that I wanted to create fulfillment in my life professionally on terms that I created myself and didn't rely on a third party for that. And the third reason that I wanted to have my own business is because I really wanted to define my life myself. I wanted to create income, my own income stream, in a way that I actually created myself. Like um, I wanted to define my life first, and then I wanted to build how I supported myself around that, so that however I made money and supported myself was defined by how I wanted my life to look, not how someone else wanted my life to look. And I knew that that was going to evolve. So, for example, I knew that when I was raising young children, my life would look a certain way. But I knew that if I didn't die first, my children would grow up and that my life would then look another way. And I wanted to be able to shift how I made money around how my life looked, and not have to be have that be defined by someone else. So if you're looking for that, that's what I've done. And so what I want to do is give you a masterclass, a short one. This is really short and really high level, because we could spend all day getting down into the details, and maybe one day I'll offer an all-day class on how to do it. But high level, it's really not that difficult. Okay? The details will stretch you, but the high level part of it is really not that hard. There's really only maybe 3 or 4 things you really need to do, and I already talked about some of them. So here we go. This is a masterclass. Number 1, you need to decide what you want your life to look like, and you need to be really, really specific about it. Super specific. Like, you can't say I want to be rich. You can't say I want to make money. You can't say I want to live in a big house. That's not specific enough. It's not. You have to be really specific, like, how much money do you want to make every year? And then you need to boil that down to every quarter, every month, and on average every day. Like, you need to know exactly how much money you want to make. You need to know that. You also need to know how many hours a week and day you want to work. How much do you want to work? Then you also need to know how you want to work. How do you want to work? Do you want to be sitting down at a desk with a laptop all day? Or do you want to be moving around from coffee shop to coffee shop all day? Do you want to be home all day? Like, if you want to work from home, like, this is a masterclass in how to start a home-based business, like something you can run from your house, your apartment, or wherever it is that you live, in your car. You need to know what you want your life to look like. Like, when do you want to exercise? Do you want to exercise? How do you want to exercise? You want to exercise at home on videos, or do you want to go to a fitness studio to exercise? Like, what do you want your life to look like? Do you want to have a car? Or are you going to take Ubers everywhere? Are you going to skateboard everywhere? Are you going to walk everywhere? Are you going to ride your bike? Like, you need to know what you want your life to look like. And the reason that's so important is because you need to build your business around that. Like, you need to, are you going to be married? Are you going to have a partner? Are you going to have one dog? Are you going to have 10 dogs? Are you a cat lady? Do you have birds, gerbils, hamsters, fish? Like, because if you have a dog, you're going to have to stay home a lot. And if you want to leave your house, you're going to have to either take your dog with you, or you're going to have to find somebody to take care of that dog. Or if you are nomadish and you want to stay at hotels, you're going to have to find hotels that will take that dog. And what kind of dog are you going to have? Because if you have certain types of dogs, certain locations will not take that dog. Like some dogs are restricted, like you cannot have a dog of certain types at certain apartment buildings or hotels. They just won't even let them in there. They're restricted breeds. So what kind of dog do you want to have? All these things are super important. And if you don't know these things, you risk building a business that doesn't complement your life. And that is the worst thing that you can do. I work with so many people who have pretty successful businesses and they don't like their lives. Like they end up shutting their businesses down because they make their lives miserable, even though the business is successful, because they built a business going, "Ooh, I'm going to build this business. I'm going to make all this money. It's going to be so great." And then they get it and it's awesome. But they're leveraged to the hilt. They've taken out a lot of loans. They don't see their kids anymore. Their partners don't even know what they look like. Like they haven't exercised in 100 years. They've gained a ton of weight, or they just don't feel good about themselves because they haven't paid any attention to themselves, because they started a business that became successful, but they didn't become successful. They've poured every bit of their energy into this business and they've totally lost themselves. And they hit a wall, they burn out, and it's all over. I built my business so that didn't happen. Like I built a business that gave me the life I wanted so that I didn't lose myself in it and end up hating my life or hating my business, or both. That has never happened to me. I love my business. I love my life. Now, have there been times when I've hated my business? Yes. Have there been times when I've hated my life? Yes. But those are pockets of time. Those are moments of time where I've, gotten, my children have sort of driven me nuts, or I've had a difficult time in a relationship. Or I remember when my father was really, really sick, and in his dying years, like that was miserable for me. Like I don't know if I would have liked my life under any circumstances when that was happening. That was really hard. But it was a moment in time. It wasn't like a long stretched out period of time where I had created a monster for myself. That did not happen. So that's the first thing you need. You need to know what you want your life to look like. You need to be really specific so you can build the right business. Second thing you need to work from home is you need a really good digital setup and a really good Wi-Fi connection, right? And a location in your home where you can work. Like I put that under one thing, right? A digital setup, which is kind of like a laptop, a computer, a Wi-Fi connection that is strong and works. That's two ways, so you can download and upload. Like you got to go out and in on that connection. And you got to have a place that you can work, that people are not going to disturb you. And they understand that just because you're home does not mean you're sitting around in your bunny slippers eating bonbons, even though you're not wearing a suit. But you do need to get dressed to work. Like, do not get up in the morning and go down to your office in your pajamas. Like, you need to be dressed to work. That's a whole nother thing. But do have that second thing in place, a place where you can work with your digital setup, whatever that is for you in the business you choose, so that you have what you need and the equipment that you need to do the job that you've decided to do. It's the second thing you need. You need your digital setup, because if you're going to work remotely, you need to be able to reach out across the country, across the world, or whatever it is, so you can serve the people that you serve. That's the second thing. The third thing you need is you need to be able to do something really well so that you can have something to sell. So there's lots of businesses that you can offer. There's lots of products that you can offer, services that you can offer. But if you want to work from home and you want to be able to, and I'm thinking about a business that you would have minimal regulatory intervention, right? So you will be regulated because you'll have a business. Like you have to pay your taxes, you will have to, pay whatever. You probably have some local municipality fee that you probably have to pay. If you want to set up your business structure, there's some filing associated with that. It's minimal, but you have to do filing things and you have to be responsible. But if you're going to sell something from your home, The least restrictive thing that you can sell is some sort of service. So you can teach people how to do something on the internet. You can teach them using a Zoom platform or a Facebook group platform. Zoom is not free, but Facebook groups are. And you can go live in a Facebook group for free. Okay. I use Zoom. There's a fee associated with Zoom, but I used to use Facebook groups completely free. A little glitchy though. So there's a challenge right there. Like Facebook has privacy issues too. But you know what? If you want to start for free with hardly any budget and you have a laptop or you just have a phone, you're already paying for your phone, Facebook group will get you started. Yes, and you can take payments on Venmo, Cash App, Zelle into your business bank account. Set up a business bank account so you keep your personal money separate from your business money. Do that, okay? Little things you need to do. Masterclass, high level, right? But you want to make sure that if you want to start small, but you want to start solid, right? If you have those three things, then you're off to the races. You can build from there. But that's pretty much all you need to get started. And you got to think these things through. I'm not giving you the detailed masterclass. Okay. I'm giving you the high level masterclass, but this is what I started with, literally. And you know what? When I started, there was no Twitter, or what is it called now? X. There was no Facebook. There was no Instagram. There was no TikTok. None of that existed. So I want to encourage you. You have all that out there now at your disposal, but I want to encourage you not to freak out on all that stuff. Those are great technological tools, but at the end of the day, what hasn't changed, the technology has changed, but what hasn't changed is the basics of business have not changed. The basic principles of running a business have not changed. All you need is a product or service that people will pay for, that they need, and you have a way to take payment. That's all you need. You don't need Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, all that. You need to be able to offer something that people need or want to buy that they will pay for, and you have a secure way to take that payment. And obviously a way to deliver the service or the product. You have to deliver it. You've always needed that. Like that's the way people were doing business thousands of years ago, and it's the way they're doing business today. It's the same thing. People living by the riverbanks in Mesopotamia, they had a product or service people wanted to buy. They set a price for it. They had a way to deliver it and a way to take payment. Same thing today. That's what you need. So if you have a wonderful product that people don't want to buy, you don't have a business. If you have a wonderful product that people do want to buy, but you don't have a way to deliver the product, you don't have a business. If you have a wonderful product that people want to buy and you have a way to deliver the product, but they won't pay for it, you don't have a business. Like that's really all you need. So like, I think a lot of times business trainers, they overcomplicate things because they have all these things they want to sell. Like they want to sell you this program and that program and all these things. It's just not that hard. It's not that hard. Find an open space in the market, sell something that is not being sold anywhere else or that is being sold someplace else, but either not being sold the way you're selling it or you offer a different tweak to it. Like something, yours is a little bit different because of some different reason, or maybe yours is just better than what anybody else is offering. And just offer it. You offer it to people. Is it hard work? Yes, it's hard work. But you know what? So is having a job. A traditional job is hard work. Like it's not better. Like entrepreneurship is not better than a job. It's different. And a lot of people do both. And doing both is great. Like having a traditional job and having a business on the side, or having a business and having a job on the side, however you look at it. It's great if you can do both. And a lot of people do. I have a lot of friends and acquaintances that do both. But for some people, one is better than the other because we have choices and we're all different. So your life may be better with a traditional job than with a business. Your life may be better for you having a business than a traditional job. That's how my life was. It was way better for me. And it has always been better. But I'll tell you what, if something ever happens to my business, I will be the first one with my resume out there looking for a job. And mm, definitely, because I want to eat. Like, but if my business, if there's ever an issue, because you know what, with with entrepreneurship, every day starts at zero. Like you never know what's going to happen in your business. Like things can go south. You hope they won't, and you do your best to make sure they don't. But nobody has a crystal ball. We don't know. But here's the thing about a traditional job is the same thing can happen. I mean, we wake up every day to news that there's layoffs. Wake up every day to news that one company has bought another and everything changes and they suddenly want to move you from your job in Albuquerque to Iowa City. Like maybe you don't want to do that because you have 3 children in school in Albuquerque and they don't want to move to Iowa City. Or maybe your spouse has a job that they love in Albuquerque and they don't want to move to Iowa City. Or maybe you can't because your spouse has the insurance for everybody and you don't, and you can't move to Iowa City, right? So the stability of a traditional job is sometimes no better than having your own business. So, life is a journey and we have to figure it out as we go. There's no guarantees with anything. But that's it for today's masterclass. I hope it's useful to you. So let me just review the things you need to have your own home-based business, right? You need to know what you want your life to look like so you can start the right business for you. Don't start a business and then build your life around your business. Do not start a business and then build your life around the business. Do it the other way around. Start your life, define your life, and then build a business around the life you want to have. That's the first thing. Secondly, you need your digital home office studio setup, which starts with some sort of computer or laptop, a really good Wi-Fi connection, and a place where you can work undisturbed, where the people around you, if you live with people, understand that when you're in that place and the door is closed or there's a sign up that says do not disturb, it means you're working. You are working. You are not watching Hulu. You are not Netflix and binging. You are working and you are making money and you are paying the bills and you got to pay the light bill and you are not to be disturbed while you're working unless, the house is on fire or someone's falling down the steps, which if you have children will happen. Ask me how I know. Okay. Third thing. You're going to want to make sure that you have something valuable to sell, right? And if you're going to offer a service, this probably means or usually means selling something that you're good at or that you know, like offering a service that you're good at or teaching people how to do something that you know how to do, that they want to know how to do, that you're really good at, and offering it for a price. Like that's how you can get started. And you can market it on social media. You can market it on a newsletter. You can hand out flyers. You can go speak at events in your community and tell people, I can teach you how to do this. Here's how to sign up for my class. And you can use a QR code, or you can hand out flyers, or you can give them your email address, or you can take their email address, or you can take payment on the spot. Doesn't matter. And you can start with 3. I started my service that I offer with 5 people. 5. Only 5. And I met them in person because remember, there was no social media back when I started. I was hustling. I'm still hustling. I'm just hustling online now. I hate that word hustle, but I just used it. But you know what I mean, right? Okay. I started with 5 people. 5. That was it. Right. And now I have thousands and thousands. But I started with 5. You don't need an army. You just need to start. And you know what? What does Steve Harvey say? Here's how to make $1 million. You do something one time. You sell something one time. And that's your system. Once it works one time, you just do it 1 million times. That's how you make $1 million. Okay. You do something one time, and when it works, you do it again. Like, this is how we raise our children, right? We teach them how to do something one time, like potty training. Anybody remember that? I remember that. One time, baby, just do it one time. I used to give my son M&Ms. He used to call them N-M's. He was so cute. I'll just show you a picture of him one day. He's all grown up and football player, all hairy now, but he was so cute. He's so cute. N-M's. He would go to the bathroom. We would give him he would ask for N-M's. That meant he had to go to the bathroom. So we would pile the N-M's on. So that's how we potty trained him. Do something one time and then do it over and over and over again. I'm sorry, son. I don't mean to tell your business like that. But anyway, that's the point, right? Do it once, rinse and repeat. That's what makes a business successful. You do it one time and then you rinse and repeat it. If you do it once or twice and it doesn't work, what do? You stop doing it. Stop. Okay. But if it works, that's a clue. Do it again. Then do it again. Then do it again. Okay. Masterclass over. I hope that was helpful to you. And I hope Zoom comes back up. But you know what? This live thing was kind of fun. I actually see a comment. Let me look. Okay. Rumfluff says, hi, Rumfluff. Thank you for joining. This is kind of cool. I'm liking this live thing. I'm an artist illustrator. I tried doing it on the side and working 45 hours plus a week. Didn't get too much done. So tired. She was so tired. Been made redundant and taking the opportunity to go freelance. Okay, good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. I hope that works out for you. And if you have a question or if I can be helpful, please post it. I'm not sure I'm looking at the whole comment there. This is my first time doing this, so I hope I'm doing it correctly. But thank you so much for joining and for your comment. So you're an artist illustrator. Post a link to your website if you have one in the comments so we can visit and see what you do. Because, oh, you're welcome. She says, thank you. You're welcome. Let us know what you draw. Like artists, listen, small business owners need artists and illustrators because you know what? We can all go, we all know this, right? We can all go to AI and we can get all the things made by AI, I don't know, whatever, bots or whatever they are. And I guess they're decent. Like I've gone to classes where people have shown that they can, but you know what? AI stuff looks AI created. Honestly, it really does, especially if there's a human face involved. I've seen these AI ads popping up on YouTube. I can always tell. And to be honest with you, I don't even know what they're selling because I just turn them off. I don't want to be spoken to by an AI bot. It's just not my cup of tea. I prefer genuine authenticity. That's what I like. And if I need something done for my business, I generally go to another human being. I ask for another human being. I want an illustrator. I want an actual artist. I support the artist community. That's just me. And I guess there's plenty to go around. AI is great. I think AI is really like my second brain. It enhances what I can already create. It doesn't substitute for my brain. And I don't think AI substitutes for the genius of an artist or an illustrator either. But I digress. Anyway. Okay. Yes. All right. Good. Well, thank you for joining. Okay. Well, I hope this was helpful to you. And if you want to build a business working from home, which is what I've done, if I can answer any questions, post them in the comments and I'll come back and answer. All right. Okay, I see another comment there. I'll come back and talk with you. I hope to see you tomorrow when I'll be back here, and maybe Zoom will be working, but live was fun too. So I think it was kind of fun. I don't know how to turn it off though. How do you turn it off? Oh, end stream. It says end stream. Let's see if that works. All right, everybody. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.